everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining us today. We've got a new story to share, so let's get started. My girlfriend Sarah, 29, and I, 28, have been together for 5 years. I planned a special vacation with her to celebrate our anniversary. I spent months planning the trip and shared my ideas with her. We decided on a skiing, snowboarding, and winter activities trip in Colorado. I was really excited about it because I also planned to propose to her at the end of the trip. However, 5 days before we were supposed to leave, Sarah surprised me by inviting 2 of her friends to join us. I was upset because I wanted the trip to be just the 2 of us for our anniversary. I felt like it was clear this was a special trip for us, but Sarah said her friends had already made plans to come and wouldn't back out. I didn't want to cause any more problems, so I agreed to let them come, even though I wasn't happy about it. Looking back, I wish I had fought harder for our original plan. I thought we could adjust and still have time for me to propose privately. But Sarah spent most of the trip with her friends, leaving me feeling like a second priority. After 3 days of not getting any private time with her, I decided to leave and go home. I told Sarah why I was leaving, and she got upset. She shared my decision with her friends, and they all ganged up on me. They said I was being rude and ruining the trip. Sarah even said I was being a jerk for making her choose between her friends and me, even though her friends weren't supposed to be there in the first place. I've never had a problem with Sarah's friends, and I never made her choose between me and them before. Everyone needs friends, and I get that. I'm at home now, reflecting on everything, and I have the day to myself before Sarah comes home. I'll at least have some time to relax. Sarah and her friends think I'm overreacting and that I ruined the trip, but I feel like Sarah disrespected me by changing the nature of the trip and having her friends gang up on me. So, I'm wondering if I was wrong for leaving the vacation I planned for us just because her friends came along. More context. This trip was meant to be an anniversary and romantic getaway, and I made it clear that it was just for the 2 of us. We've gone on other anniversary trips before, just the 2 of us. We had already talked about marriage, so it wasn't like the proposal would have come out of nowhere. We had discussed our future together after 2 years of being together. We both agreed that living together before marriage was important, so we moved in together 1.5 years ago to make sure we were compatible. When her friends showed up, I told Sarah directly that I didn't want them to join us, and I explained why I felt that way. I didn't tell her about the proposal, but we had talked about marriage before, and we both agreed we didn't want a big, surprise proposal. Looking back, maybe I should have told her friends about my reasons for not wanting them there. I regret not doing that, but still, they should have known that this was an anniversary and romantic trip. I don't know everything Sarah tells her friends, and I hope she doesn't share every detail because they don't need to know all my personal things and secrets. I wish there was more balance between me and her friends during the trip. Half of the activities included all 4 of us, and the other half just involved the 3 of them. I could have followed them around, but that would have been a bad situation. It's not fun. It's not that I hate her friends, but I don't want to spend all my free time with them. I've never asked her to choose me over her friends, because I know that's unhealthy and unfair. However, she has canceled plans with me before to spend time with her friends. When it comes to disagreements between us, we usually work them out on our own, like 98% of the time. In the other 2%, she has involved her friends. Maybe she invited her friends because she doesn't want me to propose, and I understand having cold feet, but the least she could have done is talk to me about it. I would hate to face other big decisions with her if she's too scared to talk to me like an adult and then changes her mind later. I can't force Sarah to marry me. I just wish she would talk to me about her fears, if she has any. Now that I'm at home, having some alone time is important to me. It helps me gather my thoughts and sort through my emotions. I didn't want to explode at her on our way home, so I've been taking some time for myself. She's tried calling me twice, but I've rejected her calls. The only thing I told her before I left was that we'd talk about everything when she came back. These kinds of conversations are better in person. I think I deserve better, and I guess I'll find out what happens when she gets home tomorrow. Minor update. My friends are staying with me at my house, just in case Sarah's friends try to show up and cause trouble. They've been really supportive, and I'm thankful to have them around. Minor update number 2. None of Sarah's friends came over or tried to bother me yesterday or last night, which is good. Sarah still hasn't come home, but I figured out what I want to say to her, and I've written it down. Final update. I've decided I want to end this relationship. I packed up my important things, like my passport and clothes, and I've arranged to stay at my best friend's apartment until I can find my own place. Usually, when small problems happen in a relationship, they're part of a bigger issue. The main reason I decided to break up is because I realize her friends will always come before me. Sarah has chosen her friends over me multiple times, canceling plans with me for them. I've been lying to myself for years, not wanting to face the truth. I had hoped Sarah would change, but this trip really opened my eyes. I realized I'll always be in third place for her. I've expressed my feelings many times, and Sarah promised she would change, but she didn't. Sarah came home late yesterday, and I told her I had a lot to say and wanted to get through my notes before she talked or interrupted me. The first question I asked was how she thought the trip went. She said everyone had fun and that it was memorable. I shouldn't feel like the third wheel in my own relationship, especially on a trip I planned. Next, I asked why she invited her friends when she knew this was supposed to be an anniversary trip for us. She explained that she had talked about the trip with her friends from the beginning, and they had never been to Colorado. She thought it would be a good idea to let them come along, so they could have fun in Colorado with us. I told her I didn't know her friends were coming until just days before the trip. It would have been fine if they came and did their own activities, but every activity turned into a group activity. I signed up for a monogamous relationship, not a poly one. My last question was whether she knew I was planning to propose. She said she had no idea and that the thought never crossed her mind. She claimed that if she had known, she wouldn't have invited her friends. I told her that if I had told her, it would have ruined the surprise. Sarah begged me to stay with her and believes we can work things out. But Sarah didn't want me to throw away 5 years of our relationship just because of one bad trip. I've listened to her promises to change for years about her friends, but nothing ever happened. In the end, I had to let Sarah go. It's clear that there isn't enough room in her heart for both her boyfriend and her friends. As much as I love Sarah, I can't stay in a relationship where I'm not respected. I left her alone in the house and drove to my friend's place. I'll figure out how to get my name off the lease and plan to get the rest of my things. As for the ring, I'll return it this weekend. Additional note, part of the reason Sarah stayed behind was that I told her I wanted to go home alone and think. I know couples shouldn't storm off after a fight, but it was important for me to take some time apart to gather my thoughts. Also, she didn't ask me if I was still going to propose. She got upset when she heard I was about to, but she didn't ask me about it directly. The fairy tale part of me wishes everything could magically be better, but some things can't be fixed. I didn't see any effort from Sarah to make things better. I told her I'll text her when I'm ready to get my things. I've blocked her. I believe that people shouldn't put their friends before their long-term partners. You can have both, but the love between friends and a partner needs to be balanced. It would have been wrong for me to make her choose between me and her friends, because everyone needs friendships outside of a romantic relationship. But not prioritizing the partner isn't healthy at all. At this point, I'd rather be single and happy than be in a relationship where I don't feel respected or loved. I have to say that many people in the comments and in my private messages told me to give this relationship another chance because we've been together for so long and talked about marriage. These people are falling into the sunk cost fallacy. I think they're afraid of being single, so they put up with a partner who doesn't fully respect or love them. They're too hopeful that their partner will change, and they wait forever for it to happen. I think more people need to learn how to be okay being single. If I find someone I truly love when I'm 60 and get married then, so be it. Final update. Hello everyone, I got my things from the house this past weekend. I'm glad I didn't have much stuff or heavy items. Sarah and I talked a lot about our relationship, and what happened during the trip. She said she's going to see a therapist and wants to become a better girlfriend in the future. I'm not against getting back together in the future, but I have no intention of being one of those couples that's always breaking up and getting back together. If life brings us back together, then so be it. But people who get back together need to spend months or even years apart to truly grow and change. I didn't make any promises to Sarah about the possibility of getting back together. She should change for herself, not for me. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.